I wanted you all to be aware of it and just to be thinking about this. No big deal, but it does happen a good bit. And that is, I frequently see situations where my client has earnings after onset. So the scenario would be a person says, I became disabled May 13th of 2024. And yet the earnings record shows substantial earnings, $10,000, $15,000 earnings in the third quarter of 24, the fourth quarter of 24. And of course, the judge is going to see that and want to know what's going on. And many times the answer is the person got a severance package, or there was accrued vacation pay, something like that. It could be anything, really. But typically it's something that's already been owed, or again, severance package is very common, a buyout, something like that. My point is that if you did receive money from an employer after the onset date, be prepared to explain it. And so what's happened in a couple of cases for me is the judge, I saw it, I mentioned to my client, hey, we've got earnings after onset, asked my client to explain it. It was severance, it was this. Sometimes they're not really even sure if it was 2 or 3 years ago. But what ends up happening is the judge will say, I can't close the record. You need to provide me data, documentation. So I had a case recently where my client, it was a good, strong case, and I think it was, again, April or May or June that he became disabled, but there were earnings in the third and fourth quarter. And so we were able to get all the severance package documents uploaded to the judge, case approved, everything's fine. My point here is that judges are not going to just believe you. If you say this is accrued vacation, or this is long-term disability, or this is a severance package, you're going to need to prove that. Judges, not that they're looking for reasons not to believe you, they have to justify their decisions. And one of the things that the next level up will see is if there are earnings after onset, they will want an explanation, a clear explanation, obviously with documentation would be better. So just be aware of that. That's just something that's come up in a number of hearings. And more I'm seeing situations where people are in jobs, they get offered a buyout, they get offered a severance package to leave. And this is just something we have to deal with. So again, just be aware of it. And if that is the situation you're in, try to get that documentation together, have it ready to go so that your lawyer can submit that prior to the hearing. And of course, the other thing would be always ask your lawyer, or if you're not using a lawyer, look at the earnings record and see, are there earnings showing after the onset date being the beginning date of your disability. That is something you will always need to address. Okay, hope that was helpful to you.